oceans deep, my faith will stand.
Hi everyone, I'm back with the video, and I know it's been a while, but I've been redoing my room. I've been working a lot, got my nails done. Ooh. Sorry, it takes a little while to zoom out. I got a new lens. It's amazing. It's great. Okay, so today's video is about God and relationships, and I know how difficult relationships can be. I've been through my share of difficult relationships, to say the least, and I know how difficult it can be to find someone who shares your values and shares your morals and just shares everything that you believe in and is willing to better their relationship with God to be with you. It's hard. Some people just don't have that want. They don't believe, like, they might believe God exists, but they don't believe in developing that relationship to be closer to God. And that's where there's issues. You might have, and I have in the past, accepted being with someone because they've told me they believe in God, but their actions and everything they do say otherwise. Actions, behaviors, words now, afterwards. I feel like when you first meet someone, they say all the right things. I feel like they're purposely trying to trick you, and it does not feel good. So if you can relate, I can relate. So don't worry, you're not alone. People do that. They put their best front and then wheel you into this relationship that you thought would be amazing, and then it turns out to be complete trash, to say the least. Okay, but there are three main things I want to talk about today, and it all has to do with three Bible verses that mean a lot to me, and I think one is like definitely everyone knows. I've been learning a lot about God, relationships, and love lately, and one thing I've noticed lately is that I've constantly been surrounded by very healthy, loving, godly relationships, and I've always thought, in a jealous manner, I've thought, why can't I have that? And looking back now, being older, being more mature, being more committed to God, I've realized that I was surrounded by those relationships because that was God's way of telling me, you do not have to settle. You can also have this. And if you are like me and you're looking around these relationships and you're thinking, man, they're so lucky, why can't I have that? Remember that you can. Like, there's a reason why that relationship is near you, and it's because you are meant to feel inspired, to not settle, to not just be with whoever comes along first. You can't have that kind of relationship with just anyone. It really requires a special kind of person, and it just shows you that it's worth the wait. It's worth not being in a relationship and just being single and being better by yourself before you meet that right person. But it's worth the wait, so don't feel jealous. Just be appreciative that you have those great examples in your life, and remember that you deserve it too. You definitely deserve the love that you see, and you definitely deserve the love that you want. Once you enter a relationship and you've been with this person for a while and you think, hey, this is the right person, or you just want to make sure, yes, this is the right person, go to 1 Corinthians 13, 4 through 7 and read the verse. But instead of reading love, replace the word love with whoever you're dating at the time, whoever your lover is. Replace their name and, like, so, like, example, Billy Bob Joe, because I don't know anyone named Billy Bob Joe, so it's just like, Billy Bob Joe is patient and kind. Billy is not jealous or boisterous. Sorry guys, English is my second language, so I struggle sometimes. Okay, so I'm not gonna keep going because I know I'm just gonna mess it up. But if they are truly the person that you're meant to be, then every time you say their name and you read like love is patient and kind, Billy is patient and kind, then they're the person, at least they might not be the person you should be with, but at least you know there's someone worth being with, because that is what love should look like in your life. So that person should be all those things. So if you're dating someone and they're not all these things, then I'm not saying kick them to the curb, because if they are a Christian and they're willing to work towards being better and closer to God, then definitely stick by them. But if you see that they're not changing and they're not willing to change, then get out of there. Like, it's not worth having your heart broken and feeling hurt and disappointed and feeling like you're not good enough to have that kind of love just to be with someone just so you're not alone. You do not have to be in a relationship. You do not have to be in a relationship because you feel lonely. Do not do that to yourself. You will end up more hurt than you were before you got in that relationship. Trust me. Okay, so the second thing I've learned is always invest into your friendships with love. I know it's difficult sometimes for some people to invest love into their friendships. Some people, it's so easy. You know your friendships are important, so you love them the way they deserve to. Basically, what I'm saying is, don't be greedy with your love. You can love your significant other and your friends, and you should love your friends before you meet your significant other, because those are going to be the people who are right there by you when anything happens, and to remind you. And if they know let's say like you happen to get into a fight with your significant other and you're kind of like overreacting and you're like, I'm gonna break up with them, your friends are gonna be there to tell you things like, you love this person and they love you. This is just a rough spot. Don't be dumb and take such a permanent action to something that is just a conditional situation. And trust me, I say this, it's because I've been in situations like that where I've been in over my head and reacted badly, and my friends have been there to kind of like reason with me, although I'm not with anyone anymore. They did help me when those relationships were at their best, stay in them and work towards them. And at the same time, your friends will be the first ones to tell you, this guy is nothing. He's not good enough for you, and get out of there. Like, they will be the first ones to tell you, you deserve the love you want, and don't settle. They're the first ones to tell you that. My friends, Miranda and Taylor, have always been so supportive and loving and reminded me that I do not need to be in a relationship with someone who makes me feel like I need to watch these romance movies to get my, feel of romance, or I don't need to settle for someone who doesn't go out of their way to be with me, And it's made me feel so much more confident, and it just made me realize that the way I want my future potential spouse or boyfriend or whatever partner to act towards me is the way my friends act towards me. So it's like the Spice Girls song, if you want to get with me, you gotta get with my friends. They're not wrong. Like, that's really how it should be. But to go with that, here's a verse that I found that I thought was super important that reflects what I'm saying. Just so you're not like, what the heck is she talking about? Where is this? Okay, so 1 John 4, verses 7 through 8. Dear friends, let us continue to love one another, for love comes from God. Anyone who loves is a child of God and knows God. But anyone who does not love does not know God, for God is love. So I didn't mention this before, but now reading the verse, it reminds me what I wanted to say beyond what I had already said, which is your love for your friends will teach you how to love your future spouse the way they deserve to be loved. It's not just what you deserve, it's what you need to give to someone else so they feel loved. Love is a two-way street. You need to be giving love and they need to be giving you love to make it feel complete. If one person loves the other person more, then you're probably going to have issues. You're going to have insecurities. You're not going to feel safe in that relationship. And on the other hand, you're going to feel like, wow, this person does not make me excited to wake up in the morning. They don't put the stars in the sky. They just don't do it for me. You know, I don't feel in love. I just, Which I've also been in that situation where like the relationship wasn't awful, but it wasn't that great. I was pretty much, and when people would ask me, are you happy? I would say something like, I guess, because he doesn't yell at me, he doesn't really do anything bad, but he also doesn't make me feel like I'm special, or he doesn't put the stars in the sky. And that's what I would tell my friends, and my friend Bree can attest to that, because she is one of those people, and she is amazing, who has always asked me, are you happy? Like, are you happy in your relationship? And she's really the only person who ever made me think about that, only because she just has that in her soul and her heart to ask people things like that, because I don't know, it's just who she is as a person. And she really made me think about that, and that's really what got me to the point of getting out of a relationship that wasn't what I wanted and didn't make me happy. I wasn't unhappy, but I definitely got to the point of being unhappy because I waited so long to confront this person about how they were making me feel before I pretty much was done at some point. I was just like, it's not worth it. I feel so sad. I feel like I don't deserve what these other girls get. And I was jealous that these other girls were getting flowers and promise rings and things like that, and my significant other was not willing to do that at all, and it really broke my heart. But Brie really put into motion the fact that I started thinking, like, am I happy? Is this where I want to be? And it wasn't where I wanted to be. I want to be with someone who puts the stars in the sky and makes me feel all giddy, and at some point he made me feel that way, but you feel that way in the honeymoon phase, and as soon as that's done and that's gone, then if they're not putting in the effort, then it's not worth it. Because yeah, the honeymoon phase will end, but people who truly love each other will make sure that keeps going for the rest of their lives. Trust me, that's the first point I made was healthy relationships. You will see this. This is real. People don't just give up on their love because they're married after 20 years. No, they keep it so they know it's like you never stop showing the other person that you love them. Oh my gosh, this video is so long already. I am so sorry. Okay, so my third thing is that the wrong people will scare you from love. And that's to say, if you are willing to be with someone who is not godly or Christian or just a believer of Christ, then you will probably find that you will become scared of love. Love will seem like this terrible thing. It's scary. They're just going to break your heart, but that's not what love is. That's heartbreak. Love is beautiful. And I mean, go back to 1 Corinthians 13, 4-7. Like, that is what love is. Anything other than that is not love. It is heartbreak. It is disappointment. It is just human error, to say the least. So when you are with the right person and you have your relationship with God and they have their relationship with God and you work together to be closer to God, which I've witnessed in my life, like, I hope this is okay to share. If not, I will edit this out. But my friend Miranda was not a Christian. She was not raised in the church at all. Didn't believe in God. and her boyfriend Mark, now they're fiancés. So her fiance Mark was religious, like the pillar of what you think a Christian man should be. Like, he was leading worship, always in church, always just doing God's work. And which might sound weird because you're like, why would he want to be with her? She's a beautiful person. She's very loving. And it does not say in the Bible that you can't date someone who isn't a Christian. It says you should bring people closer to God. You should teach them about the word. You should just help people get closer to God. And that is exactly what Mark did. And now Miranda is so godly and a Christian, and it's just such a beautiful thing to see that you can be with someone and help them get to that point, and that it's worth it if you really love them. And it just goes to show you that this verse, 1 John 4-17, it's true. It's just true. And I think that's just beautiful. Hold on, let me just... Okay, so, well, it starts with verse 16. So it's, we know how much God loves us, and we have put our trust in his love. God is love, and all who live in love live in God, and God lives in them. And as we live in God, our love grows more perfect. And then it goes on and says, so we will not be afraid on the day of judgment, but we can face him with confidence because we live like Jesus here in the world. And I think that's so important because it says, like, as we live in God, our love grows more perfect. So just to keep going with my friends, so Mark was living in God, and his love grew so perfect that it made Miranda realize, hey, there's something going on with this guy. Like, he goes to church and he loves it so much, and he loves God so much. What is so great about God? And it made her go to church and learn about God. And it just shows you that it's truly, like, it's real. Like, the fact that he was living in God, his love was so perfect that it made her want to live in God as well. And it just, I don't know if you guys have seen that triangle. I'll probably like insert a photo here where it's like you and your significant other and God at the top. And the closer you get to God, the closer you become with the person you're with. And that's exactly what happened with them two, with those two. English, right? And I think that's just so beautiful and such an inspiration. Like, I love thinking about them because they're just such great people and they deserve each other, and I'm so excited to be at their wedding. I think that's so important. So remember, like, the more you're willing to get closer to God and the more you live in God, the more perfect your love will become, which means you will love your family, your friends, your significant other the way they deserve to be loved. And honestly, love inspires love, and the more love you give, the more love you're gonna get. And it's not for selfish reasons. It's just when people feel that happiness and love, they want to give it back to you, and your life just becomes so much better. And trust me, I've experienced that firsthand, and I just want to encourage you guys to go out there and just become more loving and be more loving and give love, and don't be selfish with your love because everyone does deserve love. And if you give it to them, honestly, it makes such a difference in people. You will see that. And I hope you guys are willing to do that because I'm trying to do that now and just be more loving towards my friends, towards my family, towards everyone I know. It can be difficult, I know that firsthand, but it's definitely worth it. It will always be worth it. So that's my video for the day. It's super long. I'm so sorry. If you watch this whole thing, I want to say thank you, and I hope this video inspires you to go out there and spread love wherever you can. And I hope you guys just have a wonderful, blessed day, and remember to be thankful for everything you have. Wake up and pray, go to sleep, pray, just pray whenever you can. And that's everything I want to say. So thank you for watching. If you like the video, please hit like and subscribe and comment. And I appreciate everyone who watches my videos because I know that my channel has changed a lot, but definitely worth the change. I feel much happier making videos now, and it's definitely changed my... It used to be hard to film, let's just say that, but don't worry, I will be making makeup videos and hair videos soon. That will still be here. It's just taking me a while since I'm getting my room ready for the rest of my life. No, I do not plan on living with my parents for the rest of life, so I don't know why I said that. Okay, but thank you for watching, and I hope you guys have a happy, blessed day, and I love you, God loves you, and that's all the love you need. So, thanks for watching. Bye, guys.